Come on. Oh. This is my friend Mog. She's my favourite cat in the neighbourhood. We get along really well. So what's poppin', everyone? I don't know if anyone's noticed, but it's actually autumn time right now. And autumn is one of my favourite seasons for many different reasons. I would say it's a toss-up between autumn and winter for the #1 position, but I just really like how all the leaves turn to sort of yellows and oranges and reds and browns, because I think it looks really pretty. And so the leaves around, oh my God, Jesus Christ. And so the leaves around here are just sort of starting to go, and it's got me feeling really autumnal. And so what I thought I'd do today is paint kind of an autumn themed piece for my animated film. Oh God, hang on, I'm gonna have to go. There's too much stuff happening. Oh God, that was really awkward. I just had to explain to a family why I was filming their cat whilst also blocking their driveway with my tripod. I just told them I was filming a documentary about cats. Oh, I'm never coming outside again. Okay, I've kind of forgotten where I was up to. But yeah, if anyone here has watched any of the previous episodes of this series, you might remember I did an episode in which I drew this kind of big canyon area with these rock pillars shooting up. And the whole sort of colour scheme of this area was very yellow, very auburn. And the point of that was to transition from the bamboo area, which is very green, to the kind of autumnal area, which is going to be more red and orange. And you might also remember that in this autumnal area that I haven't really fleshed out that much. The main character, Alvar, and his friends will meet this weatherman who has been grounded. He's got a broken weather balloon and he needs help fixing it. So yeah, at the moment there's a lot of grey area surrounding this part of the film. I kind of want to make the story a little bit more complex just by adding like 1 or 2 extra characters in there. Oh God, I can't see anything. The sun is literally blinding me. I suppose let's just get on with it. Let's just do the drawing. Okay, yeah, I'll do a whole voiceover where I talk about everything. Oh, is this even gonna look any good? So currently we've got this idea of the weatherman and his broken weather balloon. I'll be transparent here, I have somewhat lifted the idea of a weatherman character almost directly from the game Little Inferno, and so we need to give our weatherman something that makes him a bit more unique. And I think that could come through his relationship with his hot air balloon. And I know what you're thinking, no, he's not going to be romantically involved with a balloon. But what I could do is kind of personify the balloon by turning it into a character of its own. So what I thought is, what if the balloon part of the hot air balloon is actually this little ghost guy? And the reason the weatherman has been grounded isn't just because his balloon has been broken, but because his ghost balloon friend has either got lost or run away. As you can see here, my initial designs for this autumn ghost were a bit basic. I think the only good thing about this design is that he's wearing this big maple leaf on his head, like a kind of samurai hat. I played through Ghost of Tsushima again recently, and some of the samurai hats in that game I think are really cool, and I like how they kind of cover the character's eyes and make him look all mysterious. But apart from that, it wasn't quite working. It was looking a bit like a kind of a chili pepper, and more to the point, it's difficult to conceive how this initial design would blow up into this kind of big hot air balloon. So I decided to rework things a bit and make him a bit rounder and more kind of plump. I was roughly using pictures of the Pokemon Jumpluff as a reference for this. It's a very cute Pokemon. I like how it's kind of round and fat. And I also like how its little feet just kind of dangle below it as it floats about. They don't really serve a purpose necessarily, but obviously my ghost guy will be able to fly and float about as well. But I kind of like that as part of the design anyway. And then I eventually did decide that I wanted to give him eyes, and after messing around a bit with the position of them, I settled on something very simple for the final design. So this is Bonmungus, everyone. It's a bit of a strange name, I know, but I think it's pretty funny, and he is the weatherman's best friend. So now would seem like a good time to explain how this part of the movie will play out, obviously with Bonmungus as an added character. So as I said before, after passing across this vast canyon with these big stone stacks all connected by rope bridges, the main character Alvar and his friends will venture into this autumnal forest where they'll eventually come to a full-on dead end. A huge sharp face of rock will stretch upwards as far as they can see, but just as they think they've reached an impasse, they'll bump into a weatherman who sits looking kind of downtrodden next to an empty basket and a pile of ropes. The weatherman will explain that his weather balloon has disappeared after they were enveloped by a large shadow somewhere out in the clouds, and feeling sorry for him, Alvar will offer to help search for it. This will involve a whole side plot in which the characters will set out on some sort of quirky, foldable, flying contraption, and during this adventure they'll come across the big sky whale, help it untangle itself from the barbed wire around its tail, and rescue Bon Mungus in the process. If you want to see some drawings from that part of the film, then there's another video that I'll link in the description. Then, as thanks for reuniting the two friends together, Bon Mungus will take a few deep breaths, puff up his cheeks, and blow himself up into a big balloon. At which point the Weatherman and Bon Mungus will give them all a lift as high up the mountain as they can fly. This won't get them to the top, but it will get them a significant portion of the way, and it will help them catch up in the race to the summit. So there we have it. There's still a few story gaps to fill in, but hopefully it's now a kind of more fleshed out and interesting part of the story. I think the pieces that I did this episode are okay. Yeah, they aren't amazing, but hopefully it gets across some of the feeling of the scene that I had in my head. And if nothing else, I hope you're at least feeling all cozy and autumny now. Anyway, that's me done, so back to me in a field somewhere. So there we are, everyone. That was the few pieces I did today. I hope if nothing else, they at least got you sort of in the autumn spirit, you know? It's obviously the run up to spooky season and also the run up to my favourite time of year, the sort of November, December, Christmas run in. I'm just a big fan of feeling cozy, what can I say? So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you want to send me any artwork, any fan art, any of your own versions of what I did today, which I'm sure will be better than what I can do, then you can send those to me on the Discord. There's a link in the description. And oh yeah, thank you very much to everyone who's been really kind and supported me on Patreon. There's a specific tab on Patreon just for supporting this movie idea, so if you're feeling really generous, then I vastly appreciate that. Until then, thank you very much everyone. This is Jude signing out, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh god, there's someone coming. I need to stop filming.